What improved your life so much, you wished you did sooner? Stopped arguing with random strangers on internet. Sometimes I'll type out a comment for the catharsis and then just delete it and go on my way. Quitting drinking is the best thing I've ever done for my mental and physical health, and it's done nothing but improve my relationships. The last year and a half have been the best I've ever had. I'm on day 19. Not everyone can afford this, but moving closer to work. My commute went from 45 miserable minutes in traffic glaring in hatred at the tail lights in front of me to a pleasant 15-minute bike ride. I got an hour of free time every day and better health. Reading books way more. I started reading science fiction and fantasy books instead of everything I read being great or literary, and I found I like reading things I enjoy more than things other people deem relevant or worthwhile. I stopped living my life just waiting for the weekend. When you work 5 days a week and have just 2 off, it's not good to be always waiting for those 2 days. You can plan something meaningful or fun every day, even if it's just a small thing. Edit. Wow, thanks for all the awards. I'm glad others have found this comment helpful. This is actually a life hack. Trust me. Life is a marathon, not a sprint, and you must find a way to enjoy every day. At the end of the day you should say, it was a great day or day well spent. Listening to the sound of rain to fall asleep. Yes, absolutely. I started flower gardening. Really relaxing, you will see results all summer, lots of successes and failures, but failures bring improvements. And I listen to audible books while I'm at it sometimes. Especially great if you have a desk job. Edit. It's so nice to know so many are enjoying gardening. I had no idea it would be a Reddit thing. I've been growing produce on my apartment balcony for the past couple years, and it's been a fun learning experience. Plus eating food picked a whole 15 feet away from your kitchen is kinda cool too. This year is my first year attempting some tomatoes, wish me luck. My social skills. Looking back, I could have made some awesome new friends. But nope, my anxiety-driven ass had to be difficult back then. No one has said it yet, but laser eye surgery. Best money I've ever spent. Had mine a month ago. Well, annoying for the first 2 weeks or so, but definitely worth it. So freeing, not scrabbling around for my glasses first thing. Doing at least 1 chore a day. You would be amazed at how well getting something done, even if you hate it, can fight back against certain depressive mentalities, particularly the ones that convince you you're useless or are a burden. This is great advice. For me, a triple 30 worked wonders. Every day spend 30 minutes cleaning/chores, 30 minutes exercise, and 30 minutes of self-improvement, which could be anything, for example practicing guitar. Get home from work, knock off the triple 30 in 1.5 hours, and oh man, the sloth after that feels so good and so earned. And what's 1.5 hours? Nothing. Highly recommend it. Edit. Not only does it annihilate your housework, its biggest effect on me was kicking the ass of my depression and anxiety. It's not gone, but so much more manageable. Edit 2. Thank you for the awards. I am absolutely delighted that this resonated with people. It made such a difference for me. Flossing. Actually, I use a water pick now my hygiene and cleaning visits are a breeze, and I haven't had a cavity in years. Quitting drinking. Everything is easier these days, coming up on 4 years. 3.5 with 2 slips, duck it, I don't count them. Got a proper diagnosis. I think a lot of people that for years questioned themselves, what's wrong with me? When they finally got diagnosed, it's a big relief and changes a lot in a better way. Me too. Getting diagnosed with ADHD at 36 and then following through on treating it was one of the best things I could have done for myself in the middle of the pandemic. I didn't even realize that I was doing a lot of things in my life on hard mode. Got a bidet toilet attachment. There's nothing like having a cleaners all the time. It also ruins your life because you can never poop anywhere else but home. Walking? I've got stamina again. Walking every day is one of the best things I've done for myself. It's a stress relief, and has helped to maintain or lose weight. Plus this is something I can keep doing into old age provided I have the mobility. Riding my bike at least an hour a day. Seriously? If you haven't ridden a bike in a while, it's just fun. Trying to be more positive in general. This is such a big one. Being negative is a bad habit like any other, easy to fall into, hard to break. People, including me, at one time, somehow think it makes them seem smarter, or deeper, or insulates them from disappointment. But it just makes you drag to be around. Being a cynic isn't sophisticated. I started viewing things as potential experiences rather than just opportunities for achievement. Before that, for example, if I took a class then I was only focused on the grade. If I couldn't get a good grade, I didn't like the class. Heck, I wouldn't even start a book if I thought it might be too hard or too long and I might not finish it. Then I realized the purpose of classes, and books and other things, was to learn, and that hard ones were likely the ones I learned the most from, even if I didn't get the best grade. I started doing all sorts of stuff with the idea that I just wanted the experience. Even if I was the worst one out there, who cares? I wasn't there for the achievement, I wanted to learn things. This works socially as well, and I started taking way more risks, telling myself that, at the very least, it would be a learning experience. I saw a saying once, it's only a failure if you stop trying, otherwise, it's an experiment. I love it. A good quote goes something along the lines of, to be good at something you have to be brave enough to suck at it for a while. Not sure if that's something someone famous says, but it's what I tell young people. Even old people. I did fencing in college, and after that I just couldn't make it work with my school and work schedule. 15 years later, I found a club and started doing it again. I hate every other sport, and exercising just to exercise is unpleasant and boring. This is the only one for me, and I needed something to make me active. Finding a good local club in your weapon of choice is so hard though. Frown. Finding the right therapist. Been in since I was 9, and found the right one at 23. It's only been maybe 6 months, but I've already unpacked so much more trauma in that small time than I did all the other years wasted in therapy. Also finding the right kind of therapy. 3 sessions of EMDR did what 14 years of CBT promised. Wish I had heard about it sooner. Moving out of my home country. North Korea Mosif repping up in here. Getting divorced, 10 out of 10, would recommend. Agreed. Thinking back on it, the perfect point would have been 12 years sooner than I did. Would have saved me a whole lot of stress, heartache, and money. I'm a much more relaxed and easygoing person than I was when I was married. Learned Spanish. Now I have a lot of amazing Latino friends, and I got a lot of great gigs and opportunities because of it. I came here to say this. Learning Spanish has changed my life. I have friends all over the world now. I'm going to Europe for the first time this year. I feel like the world has opened up for me. Now I'm back in school learning how to teach English to Spanish speakers, and I'm learning French. Plus it was a huge confidence booster. Setting rules for myself. After COVID started, I spent a year drinking and eating pizza every other day, and at that time I thought, why shouldn't I keep doing it if I enjoy it? You can die anytime, so you should make the most out of what little time you have, right? The problem being, apart from health consequences, that it quickly becomes not enjoyable, and I realize now how miserable I was during that time. Most things are only fun when you do them occasionally. Sounds obvious, I know, but it was not obvious for my dumbass. Now I have set rules for myself that I can only drink on Sundays and only eat junk food once a month, and it's so much more rewarding and fun. I begrudgingly started lifting weights when I was 30 due to some back pain that caused me to barely be able to get out of my office chair. I forced myself to go for a few weeks, then I started looking forward to going to the gym, then after a while I became a total gym rat meathead. I wish I had started lifting when I was a teenager. Not only did it cure my back pain, but I lost weight, look and feel much better, and the doctor says all my health indicators are spot on now as I am in my 40s, and in addition it's like a hobby for me now that I tinker with and socialize with other people who are into the same thing, etc. Meeting my wife. That woman fills my heart in ways words can't describe. It just can't be too much sooner because then I wouldn't have my awesome stepsons. Learning how to do everything myself. Car issue. Look it up. Fix my fence. Look it up. Just do it all myself. Replace valves. Look it up. If they don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Stopped going to church. Not going to church is such a big part of my life now. I wish I had not gone sooner. For balance, my answer would be the exact opposite of this. I love going to church and it's been a huge boon in my life. Moved away from the state I grew up in. I didn't know how unhappy I was. I had gotten used to being miserable, and now that I'm in a better area I'm a completely different person. I did this but moved halfway around the world. It's amazing how much background stress is gone when I finally accepted that I was just not meant to be where I was. I miss my family, but we stay in regular contact and I have a lovely found family here. Sometimes just up and getting out of a place that isn't for you is the best course of action. Playing Minecraft. I'm a fully grown adult that used to think it was really stupid. But then my friends set up a server, and now we all play together. It's a wonderful creative outlet that isn't anywhere near as stressful as some games can be. Stop adding sugar to my coffee. Same. I also started to cold brew my own coffee instead of spending more than I should at coffee shops. All I add is a splash of milk and I'm good to go. Learning to set boundaries and say no. It's so important to be able to do this, and while most people realize the benefits for yourself, it's so much nicer to have a partner you know will say no, and set boundaries. An ex of mine was really worried about messing things up and would rarely say no, or set boundaries even though I was constantly pushing her to set them, and I had to be really slow and pay attention to her as she tried to hide any discomfort so I would know. It stemmed from her past and how she was taught to act growing up, but we were able to work on it and she was much better later on. While it's always important to watch out for your partner's reactions to make sure they're comfortable anyways, having someone who tells you when and when they don't feel comfortable makes a world of difference. All is to say, don't think it's selfish to say no and set boundaries. It's much better for everyone, especially yourself. Have a good day. Smile. Day exercise. It doubled my energy for an hour out of my day. And that's just the benefit you get now. You have no idea the dividends you'll collect on that as you age. The key to aging gracefully is in staying active. Quitting smoking. Smoked 45 years, 3 weeks and 1 day. Haven't had one since March. Congratulations. Low impact cardio. Duck. I loved to run, but it destroyed my legs. I can swim my little heart out. Swimming is great. Lot of fun, refreshing, and good exercise. When I was told that I would lose my eyesight, it made me pay more attention to how beautiful the sky was. I can still see and I enjoy watching the clouds on a level I can't even explain. Edit. Thanks to everyone for the love, you all have made me very happy. Exercise every day. Anxiety and depression are much easier to manage, and I got some confidence I haven't had in years. It even helped me make new friends.